Hey guys, I've been wanting to make a snowman out of a piece of skid wood for a while. It's kind of like a 4x4, only I believe it measures 4 1/4. Let's just see. You got about 4 1/4 by 3 1/2, okay? So I'm going to cut this into 3 pieces right now. I haven't decided the lengths yet, but follow along with me and we'll get going on this. Alright, I decided to go 3 1/2 inches. Then I'm going to count another 3 inches, which is 6 1/2. And then I think I'm going to go 2 inches. We'll put this at 8 1/2. I'm going to draw my lines with my square. Just like that there. Then we're going to head over to the bandsaw, and I'm just going to cut those off on the bandsaw. Okay, now that I got them all cut to my lengths that I want, I think I'm going to square them up now, because you can see this one's not exactly square. So what I'm going to do is go back over to my bandsaw. This is 3 1/2 inches, so I'm going to make it 3 1/2 this way. So let's start out with that one first. Okay, now I got this one all squared up. I'm going to go to this one. Now this one I'm going to want to square up to 2 3/4. So I'm going to cut this way 2 3/4, and I'm going to cut this way 2 3/4. And we're going to square that up on the bandsaw. There we go. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take them all over to the belt sander, okay? And we're going to round all the edges just like I did the little guy's head here, okay? See that? So I'm going to go over there, take this block, and do the same thing. Now you can watch me do a few sides on it. I won't have you watch me do the whole thing because that'll be a little bit boring. Okay, so far so good. You see what I did? Cut it on the bandsaw first, okay? Then we went over on the little belt sander there, rounded them all up. They look good. You can see, I think the snowman's going to come along pretty nice. Now I'm going to take my orbital sander here, and I'm just going to sand them all down a little bit more with 120. Alright, with them all being sanded down with the palm sander now, I'm going to vacuum them off, okay, and then I'm going to glue them together. When I glue them together, I'm just going to set them on the edge of the bench here, okay. Put some glue on there, put that one on, some glue on there, put that one on. Then I'm going to run a clamp from here down to here and just clamp them together like that. I'm not using no nails or anything like that in this. Alright, I'm going to be using this Tight Bond. You can use whatever kind of glue you want. Any kind of wood glue will work. It's just that I got this laying around. I use it for everything. Just put a little bit of glue up there. Just about that much is all you really need. I'm going to take the middle part of the snowman, put them right down on there. I'm going to squish it around just a little bit back and forth. And I think on this snowman, I'm going to keep them all kind of even. There's no measuring or nothing on it, just eye it all up. Another little dab there. I didn't use much. See? That's all you're going to need. Make sure all your grain's going the right way too. You don't want grain going this way or this way. You want it the right way, okay? Squish it around a little bit. Just like that. Take our clamp. Clamp her down. That's it, okay? I'm going to go in and visit with the wife for a while. Come back out a little later and we'll see what we're doing next. Alright, this actually set overnight. I went in the house and I didn't come back out, so I just got in the shop this morning. It's all glued together, nice and tight. Ain't gonna fall apart. No nails yet, just glue. So I've got this Krylon paint. I'm gonna spray paint this, satin white. I got 2 cans, they've just been laying around. So I'm just gonna set me up a little area here and I'm gonna spray paint this. Might have to give it a couple of coats. And then I'll start working on the hat. And then I'm just going to turn it around, keep spraying it like that. And like I said, I might give it a few coats. I'll show you when it's done. So, how we're going to do our snowman's hat. I put 3 coats of white spray paint on here, by the way. Okay, and it turned out pretty good. Just spraying about every hour I come out and spray it a little bit, okay? Now, I'm going to take this old Griffin Claw beer coaster. I'm going to trace it out on this 1/4 inch piece of Luan. Just like that. I'm just going to trace it out. Quite simply. And then I'm going to take it over to the bandsaw. And I'm going to cut that circle out. That will be the base of our hat, and then we got to make the tall part. I'm not quite sure I'm going to do that yet. We'll figure it out, guys. There we go. Okay, with that done, now we have to come up with the top for the hat, okay? So I'm going to take this, it's a router bit table insert, and I'm just going to put it on here, like that. I'm going to trace this out, and then I'm going to take that on the bandsaw and cut that circle out. You don't have to watch me cut that out because you've already watched me on the bandsaw, okay? So I'm going to get to that, and I'll show you what I got when I get done. Alright, that turned out pretty good. How about that? I just took that over there. Now I'm going to take it over to the belt sander. I'm just going to sand this all up real good. Then I'm going to glue the 2 together. Maybe put a staple through the bottom to hold it together. Okay, I'm going to put a little dab of glue right in the middle of my disc here. And this time I'm going to put a little staple in the bottom of it because I'm going to be painting this right away. Trying to move the project along instead of just gluing it. Now you can just glue it and clamp it. It's not going to matter at all. Here we go, turn it over. And the reason I'm stapling it is I left my brad nailer on another project, so I'm just reaching out, doing what I got to do to get the job done. There we go. Now, I'm going to spray paint this hat black with some black paint that I have laying around. Alright guys, looking pretty good here. See my hat? Looks good. Now I'm going to take this 3/8 dowel rod and I'm going to cut off some pieces about yay long, okay? And I'm going to cut off 3 of them and use them for my buttons. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to go over to the bandsaw right now, cut them off, show you what I got. Okay, here's what I got right here. Just these little fellers here, okay? Now I'm going to take some 220 sandpaper on the bench, just set it on the bench, and I'm just going to sand the edges on them to get all the little burrs off from cutting it on the bandsaw. Then after that, I'm going to take my Sharpie black pen and I'm just going to paint them black. Now with my Sharpie black pen, just take it, do it black like that. I'm only going to go halfway down because I want the glue to stick on the back half, okay? Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these, just eye them up right where you think you're going to want them, nothing fussy. Pick it up and mark a little X right where it was. And that's where you're going to start your drill. Just like that. Just like that. No big deal. Nothing too fussy there, okay? There's my little X's. I've got a little brad point drill here. It's 3/8 also. And I'm going to put that little point right on the X. I'm not going to go very deep. A little bit deeper than that. Just about that deep. Can you see that? Then I can stick my glue in there and just push that little button right down in there. I'm going to go ahead and do the other 2. Okay, I got my little holes drilled in there. And I'm going to add just a little dab of glue in there, just a little drop. Just like that. It's a very little drop. You can see it in there, right in that middle hole there. Then just place your dowel rod. Give it a little tap. Just like that, okay? So far, so good. Now what are we going to work on? I'm not sure. I might just draw the eyes on and the mouth with a Sharpie, and then I'll go making the nose. Alright, I think instead what I'll do is I'm going to take this 3/16 dowel rod. I'm going to take it over to the bandsaw and just cut me off a few little pieces for the eyes. Now you could take a hacksaw to cut these off too. It'd probably be safer. Same with the buttons, you could probably use a hacksaw. But since I have the bandsaw here, I'm going to go cut me off a few pieces. Okay, I did the same thing here. See, that's where I'm going to put my eyes. I just marked them with a Sharpie. I've got a 3/16 drill. I'm just going to drill in just a little bit because I have these little fellas right here. See that? That right there is going to be the eyes. And I only colored half of it because the other half, I want the glue to adhere good inside. So here we go. That's one eye. Two eyes right there, okay? I'm going to glue them in just like I did these buttons. Okay, I did the mouth and everything just like I did the eyes. I just cut them 3/16 rods. Now keep in mind, you can just draw with a Sharpie if you want. I'm just playing around with this. I'm going to put a couple little eyebrows on there with the Sharpie pen actually. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and do my nose. So I'm going to use this 3/16 rod. I'm going to stain it with some orange acrylic paint. I'm going to take it over on the belt sander and put a little point on it like a carrot. Here's my acrylic paint. You can get this from Michael's. They got smaller containers too, of course. Just gonna dip that right in there. You can see that? Okay. Take my rag. wipe it off just like that. And now I'm going to head over to the bandsaw, or you can use your hacksaw. Like I said, I'm going to cut this off for the carrot nose. So now to install the hat, I put a 3/16 dowel in the hat on the top. Just drill the hole 3/16, put the 3/16 dowel in, and I'm going to do the same in the top of the head. Wiggle it around a little bit, make it a little loose. Okay, I'm going to put some glue in there. Right down in the middle. Put a little around the top too, why not? Just about like that, help hold it down. Put it on. Just like that, okay? Now what am I going to do? I don't know. Let me look at it, see if I'm done or if I'm going to do some more. I'm thinking we need to give our little guy a scarf. So I got this ribbon. This is from Michael's. It's just a cloth. Comes in a roll like this. So I'm going to give him a little scarf on here with my hot glue gun. And I might put a little ribbon around his hat. I'm not real good at this. But let's see what happens. Hot glue gun, alright? My favorite tool. Burn my fingers every time. Just put a little dab there. Hope you can see it on the camera. And I'm going to bring it down. Let it set up just a little bit. And bring the other one across. And I'm going to put a dab right on top there. Bring it across. Hold it down. Let it set up a little bit. That should be all you need. Just like that. Okay. Does that look cool? And then I'm going to put a little wrap around his hat there too. Let me wrap that around and I'll show you what I got. Alright, there he is with the little ribbon around his hat. He got his little nose, little eyebrows. I think he turned out pretty good. I'll take him downstairs in the basement and show you him with some other snowmen. Okay, I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and when you subscribe, you can look up these little fellas here. There's also a video on making those. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate it.